Sin. Yeah. Check it. Yeah. Look. Heavyweight, this the heavyweight. Heavyweight, this the heavyweight. Heavyweight, this the heavy. Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jason, coming back with another one, man. It's Monday. The Most High done woke us up. Let's get to it. Let's get a closer look, man. The Most High done woke us up, man. Hey, let's be great this week. Let's be great this week. But real fast, though, it's something that I want y'all to work on this week because that's what I'm on this week. So I'm just going to let y'all know what I'm on. You know, this week I'm going to try to talk less and observe more. That's my goal for this week. I'm going to just talk less and observe more. You know, because when you do that, right, you open your eyes up to a broader spectrum. You know, you're doing more listening than talking and responding. You just listening, you know, because you know what? At the end of the day, we don't need to respond to everything. That's just a good exercise to have because you know what? A lot of us just so quick to respond, you know, instead we just need to listen more. We just need to listen more and then see things for what it is. Think about it. Just think about it. And that's what I'm working on this week. I just want to think about things. I want to dissect things, but there's no way that you could, you know, give a full spectrum just outlook or observation. You know what I mean? Without listening. You know what I mean? There's no way that you could see things in a broader spectrum without listening. You got to listen. And you know what? Sometimes just don't even say anything. You know, you just kind of just go, you know, you're not going along with it, but you just listening instead of, you know, listening and then having a rebuttal or something to say about it. You know, you're giving yourself more time to think about it, you know, and then you just seeing it for what it is. You know what I mean? Because you thought about it instead of responding so fast. I want y'all to think about this. When you hearing something and you just listening to people or you just watching something, if you quick to have a reaction, it's like the door closing. But the longer that you just sit there and listen, that door gets wider and wider open because you gave yourself time to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be so many people that's just so quick to react. You know, you got so many people that's just so quick to react that they didn't even let the full thing come out yet. They didn't even let their mind get a chance to dissect the situation. And when you don't give your mind a chance to dissect the situation, you can't fully see things for what it is. Sometimes, listen, and with me, it take longer for things to process. You know, it just take longer for things to process. I got to sit down maybe or do some other activities and then let it come to me. And then, okay, and then I start seeing things for what it is, you know, but we got to stop being so quick to respond to certain things. Sometimes we just need to listen. You know, the longer we listen, the wider open that door gets. And then you could just look back and forth and then you just seeing the open. It's out there in the open. You seeing everything. So now that you see everything and you done heard everything and then you gave your mind a chance to fully dissect that and soak that in, then there you go. You could have a more precise response to it. You know, because you pretty much got everything that you need, but you can't give an accurate assumption. You know what I mean? No assumption is accurate, but you can't give an accurate assessment to anything if you don't listen long enough. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying, you're not going to be able to, listen, if you don't sit there and listen to the teacher or the instructor long enough, you just start doing your tests and start, you know what I mean? You just take off like that. You didn't hear everything that the person said, that the instructor said, that the teacher said, that the professor said. You ain't gonna be able to take accurate notes because you just took off out the gate without hearing the reasoning and everything else. You didn't even get all the information. A lot of us, we just take off without even getting all of the information. You know, and I be doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? Just cause I be just skimming through stuff. I listen halfway, you know, and I'm trying to stop that shit. You know, it's no way that you can learn and see everything for what it is, or understand life and see life in a broader spectrum if you don't fully take it in. We're not taking in everything because we quick to react. So that's something that I want to work on this week with myself, man. I'm always trying to work on something. And listen, when we doing things, right, if I'm gonna be doing anything and then sharing this information, I need to get all of it. You know what I mean? My investigation game need to be stepped up so I could think about it before I just take off and go make a video about it or react to something and then any of that. In real life and in my actual life situation, or just from the things that I see just every day, like with watching the news or on these phones, these screens, reading this article, that article. It shouldn't matter. Whatever it is, make sure you fully listen, fully understand, and get all of the facts down before you even have a reaction to it. That's just something to work on. That's something that we all could brush up on. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, man, this is a channel, right? To talk about things, express our feelings, talk about our thoughts, all of that shit, the things that we're going through, the journeys that we on, all of that. I'm not going to step on here and act like I'm perfect because I'm not. But I could be able to give y'all my perspective of things, and I could be able to tell y'all what I want, what I need to work on, and what I'm trying to do. You know, what I need to brush up on. So you should be able to do that. It don't even matter if you on YouTube or whatever. You know what I mean? You want to make a video or something that you need to work on, make a video of it and keep it for yourself. Put it in your own logs. You know what I mean? Log that shit in your phone. Put it in your own memory. Save it on your SIM card. Go back to it. You know, whatever. It's like you making your own book of instructions of things that you need to work on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, get into stuff like that. You know, get into stuff like that. A lot of people don't like to look in the mirror, like I tell y'all. So guess what? Since they don't like to look in the mirror, they like to look at everybody else's situation and diagnose them with what they think is wrong with them. But when do you get to a point to where you try to diagnose yourself? When do people get to that point? They never do, because they think they're perfect already. So they don't want to diagnose themselves and then begin to work on themselves and their situation. They're going to talk about you. They're going to look at you, and then they're going to judge you off of your situation. But will they ever look in that mirror? Absolutely not. They will never look in that mirror and try to work on themselves and the things that they need to work on. So that's what I'm sharing with y'all, man. Listen, you get a chance. Listen, this week, right? Just focus on listening more. Just listen. Listen to what certain people got to say. Let them talk. Let them talk. You know, at the end of the day, if you're having a conversation with anybody, you know, people going to be looking for your reaction. But whatever reaction you give, don't let it be much. Don't even have a full opinion on what people got to say. Just listen. Just listen. And then let it soak in, depending on what it is. Because a lot of people just talk about a bunch of nothing. But at the end of the day, this is a listening practice. So it don't even matter what people are talking about. It doesn't even matter. As long as you stay focused on the fucking test and the reason why you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you testing yourself. You know what I mean? Less talk, less response, less reaction, more listening. Soak it up, dissect it in your brain, and then leave it at that. That's an assignment. Let that be a all week assignment for you, and see how you feel about it. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. That's what I'm trying to do, is just open up and get a whole just broader feel. You know what I mean? Just more of a, just more. I just want more insight. More insight. And it could be the smallest things. I want more insight on the smallest things. It's just a practice. So y'all make sure y'all try to work on that too, all right? My name Jason, it's Sinn-Take. Let's make this week great. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.
First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get